Amidst the frozen heart of the Great North Sea, where ancient myths are no longer just tales, a dark and eternal shadow begins to stir within. The brave warriors of the North sail into a thickening veil of ice, unaware that they are crossing the threshold into a realm of death. Every muscle strains against the freezing current as the rhythmic beat of the drum echoes like a heartbeat against the howling wind and crashing waves. They seek glory in the unknown, but the sea hides a secret older than the gods, waiting beneath the crushing pressure of the midnight depths. A silent predator follows in their wake, its presence felt only by the sudden chill that grips the hearts of even the bravest Norsemen today. The boundary between the world of men and the realm of monsters thins as the storm reaches a fever pitch of eye-blinding white fury. Silence falls like a heavy shroud across the water, a terrifying omen before the very foundations of the ocean begin to boil and churn. Navigation fails as the laws of nature bend to the will of an ancient terror, signaling the arrival of something far beyond human understanding. Looking into the abyss, the captain sees a golden eye the size of a sail, burning with a hatred that has lasted for many eons. The Midgard Serpent reveals its spine, a mountain of scales rising from the deep, threatening to tear the very fabric of the physical world apart. Jörmungandr has awakened, the world serpent whose release from the abyss marks the beginning of the end for all gods and mortal men alike. Rising from the fear of humanity, a titan of the deep ascends, its massive head blotting out the sky and casting a shadow of doom. Its breath is a lethal mist of poison, and its skin is a map of ancient battles fought when the world was young and wild. A roar that shatters the air erupts from its throat, a sound so powerful it threatens to snap the masts and crush the warrior's spirits. Chaos reigns on the deck as the men struggle to stay upright, facing a force of nature that defies every logic and known human strength. It surrounds them like a living wall of scales and muscle, a cage of flesh and bone from which there is no possible escape. Every flash of light reveals more of the monster's impossible size, a reminder of the insignificance of man in the face of the divine. Through the terror, a leader stands firm, his runic blade shining with a faint, hopeful light against the overwhelming darkness of the coming storm. Fire meets ice as the Vikings launch their desperate assault, a rain of burning arrows arching through the air toward the scales of the Titan. The weapons of men seem like toys against the armor of the beast, yet the warriors of the North do not falter in their duty. With a single movement, the serpent crushes a longship into splinters, a brutal display of the power that once challenged the mighty god Thor. With iron hooks and raw courage, they climb the living mountain, refusing to die without a fight. Driven by the hope of eternal Valhalla, hanging between life and certain death, they cling to the beast, their war cries lost in the roar of the wind and the monster. Every strike is a prayer to the All-Father, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a race that knows no fear in the end. A lone hero takes a leap of faith, his axe raised high against the sky, a silhouette of defiance against the backdrop of the apocalypse. The blade finds its mark, drawing the blood of a god beast, a strike that will be sung of in the mead halls for eternity. The monster's agony creates a maelstrom, its massive movements churning the sea into a cauldron of death for those who fell into the waves. Together, they strike, a coordinated dance of steel and survival, proving that even a god can bleed when faced with the unified will. They do not fight for victory, but for honor, ensuring that their names will echo through the halls of gold in the afterlife above. The beast prepares its final revenge, coiling its massive body like a spring, ready to crush everything in its path with one last effort. The air turns to poison as the serpent exhales the breath of death, a green fog that robs the lungs of their vital breath. Even as the light fades from their eyes, they do not let go, their spirits remaining unbroken even as their bodies fail them now. One man remains, a captain of the old ways, standing face to face with the end of the world without a single blink of fear. He calls upon the thunder, a final plea to the gods he served, as the sky answers with a roar of its own power. The heavens break open and a divine strike descends, turning the captain into a conduit for the very power of the god of thunder. With the strength of a god, he delivers the final blow, a hammer strike that ripples through the serpent's skull like a mountain's crash. The beast is stunned by the celestial power, its ancient nerves fried by the lightning that burns hotter than the fires of Muspelheim itself. The sea claims everything, the ship and the monster together, as a massive vortex opens to swallow the remnants of the epic struggle below. Down they go into the dark, into the crushing pressure of the deep, where the hero and the horror become one in the silence. The light vanishes, and the ocean regains its cold, indifferent mask, hiding the graveyard of heroes beneath its unyielding and frozen surface waves. Death is not the end for those who die with a blade in hand, their legend now written in the salt and the spray. As dawn breaks over the horizon, the storm has passed, leaving behind a world that feels strangely empty and quiet after the great storm. A single piece of timber remains, bearing the mark of a clan that stood against a god, drifting towards a shore they'll never see. The sea keeps its secrets well, but the memory of their courage will burn like a beacon for all those who dare to sail. Their story is immortal, a testament to the human spirit that can shake the foundations of the divine and live on in every wave.